ran some errands, did some shopping, stuff like that, but I think we are good to go now. So we're going to put in a session. There's Beatrix. Good to see you. Friend of the stream up there with the shark. Guess we got to move this up a bit. Oh, and make it smaller. That's what the problem is. All right. There we go. And we're going to get a bunch more tables going. Got one here. Looks good. Got one here. I don't know if it's viable. I think I want to be here. It's not bad. I think there was one more. I think. Let's see. Where do I want to be? I think I want to be here. All right, look at that, right off the bat. 7 tables. And there are lists for the others. I imagine one of these is going to die somewhere along the line, but... Oh, there's my 8th table. We'll take it. Looks good. Hey, first hand I can raise. This will probably be the table that dies. I think people are getting done with it. Yeah, this guy's sitting out. Pot, what do you got? Shot. So we're going to move these up just a touch. There we go. That looks better. Just going to keep checking here. Yeah, this table's done. It's all right. There's another table that looks pretty good. Yeah, this one's done. 7 on the river. We're just going to check and bluff catch. Yeah, I'm ditching this one right away. I don't need it. I definitely don't need short-handed shit. Whoa, the raise? No, thank you. Somebody gonna roll over 7 deuce. So I wanted to play tournaments all day today, but you know, the Venom was going on yesterday, I think, and today. So when that happens, if the Venom overlays, which I believe last I checked, it had something like 100K overlay. When that happens, they'll eliminate the smaller buy-in tournaments that are, you know, not, you know, that overlay, but break even. They'll eliminate those tournaments to try and force the action into tournaments that make more money. So the smaller buy-in tournaments of, you know, anywhere from $3 up to $10. 5 of those that I was looking at that I would expect to be there on a Sunday were just not there. So there was even 2 of them that I wrote down from last night that I was like, ooh, that'd be good if I wake up early. And I woke up at like 9:30 in the morning. I just felt like I was going to wake up early. And sure enough, they weren't there when I looked at the thing at like 10:30. So nothing you can do. Just kind of gotta go with the flow. I'm gonna go ahead and 3-bet the button. Not always, but I didn't want to just let the blinds come. It's Sunday. Okay. I don't know how this player calls my bet and then not this guy's bet. I really don't know how you cold call a 3-bet and then not call this off. Are you that much of a fucking retard? It's kind of hilarious. I mean, the rejam is fine. He's just got me crushed. He's got ace-king most of the time there. Fold. Yeah, I'm going to call this. I'm going to fold that. I'm going to check there. I'm going to check there. Fold there. I'm not even watching the Twitch stream. I'll bring it up in a second. River, not great for me. But I am going to bet. Just because I don't want the ace high to just have an easy showdown. Nice. I think that one's complicated, but it works. I think I had to find the bet just right. Because I think he's supposed to have ace or, you know what, probably more like queen high there. So I think it's important to bet. All right, we can call this one. Check. Check. Checking again. Calling here. Check top pair. Give that one up. Yeah, I'm going to raise this. I am going to call this one. I don't know how often Beatrix actually has the ace. Didn't have it, so I'll take the draw. And I'll just fold. Look at that flop. You got it. I don't think this player has anything. I'm just going to bet. Just in case they picked up a club draw. Player does like to make big raises, so you never know. Pick up a diamond draw there. Beatrix bets again. Okay. Yeah. Check the river. I mean, if you bet two pair twice, you should probably just jam here, right? If you're bluffing, you got to give up pretty much. I mean, Beatrix is a very strong player, but not stupid. See, if I had more than top pair, I would call that. Ooh, nice. Good value bet. Into three players. I like the way you played that. Queen Jack. Interesting. I was praying for that deuce, too. Well played. He plays solid, man. Now, is it a coincidence that he plays solid and is a friend of the stream? You be the judge. Doesn't height. I take no credit. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow. Kind of a dumb bet. Kind of a king jack dumbass bet. Could be just a nothing. Just fold here for fucking ridiculously cheap. Like it kind of looked fast and kind of a big bet, so maybe you just fold here. I mean, if you have 9-10, you should call. I mean, you kind of priced yourself right into everything. This is just like a horrible bluff. Is that what's going on? That's kind of funny. Yeah, it just folds. Just a horrible bluff. Like, I mean, you put in 80% of your chips and then you can't call. It's kind of a bad bluff spot. Especially since like Queen Jack, King 10, 10-9, King Jack, all those hands should check jam on you. Ooh. Bet. I check raise. I check the raise. I did it super fast, so it looks like garbage. I get 3-bet? I raised under the gun and I got 3-bet. Okay. Check. I'll let it go. This is the situation I want with Scarf Man here. And I kind of have to fade the spades because the spades will kill my action. I mean, I can definitely be beat, but it's a limped pot. So I think we just take our time and call. Well, now I don't have to worry about spades. Now I'm rooting for spades. I'll just bet half pot. I think if he has a flush, he'll raise. Nah, he didn't have anything. Nothing on nothing. Oh, I gotta change the title. Where is it? Check. Really? This player limps? So, this is a draw usually. It's annoying. It's just annoying. And I know this player, like, there's absolutely zero reason to ever play a move on that player. But I wanted to bet it a little more hefty because I've seen them check raise a lot, but I've only seen them do it with immense equity. So the next time we bet big, we're going to be wanting to get it in. Check. 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 I'm just going to go ahead and bet Smalley. Same player limping. I love these limpers. It's fun. Get called. Interesting. He's going to keep betting. Got shot, 2 overs, diamonds. I knew he was going to lead at me. I don't know why, but I knew he was going to lead at me. Catabro, what are you doing? I'll check. Like, this is just annoying. This player is just... I shouldn't have called the first one. I'm just annoyed. So, I got to calm down. So, I know what the player's doing. I know precisely what he's doing. Yeah, he's just limping everything, and then he's taking advantage of the shitty flops. So, that's okay. We can start out flopping him. Why are you betting small? Look at the min raise on the button. Check. Yeah, no shit you don't have a fucking 10. Moron. You just told me that by leading out on the turn for minimum. And then he calls a raise. I think we raise that. Think we can bet small here. Call. King's not great. If he had stuck around, I would have check raised. Really? Yeah, you ain't got no queen, pal. We all know that. Thanks. Preach. Yeah, that king's kind of brutal. I fold here. I'm going to check this. I don't know what Spectrefax is doing. It's kind of interesting. Fold, fold. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, there's my flush. I'm going to bet big. That was easy. I wonder why it was easy. Did you have ace deuce? Or did you make 2 pair 3-4? Deuces! Well, you did it to yourself, bro. One with the kings. Flopped okay with the ace queen. Gonna go ahead and bet. Okay. Right on the door. King. Sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up here. Fish paste just gets it in with jacks. It's not a fucking tournament, man. It's a fucking cash game. Check this. I'm going to fold this. I'm going to fold that. I am going to check that. I am going to fold that. I am going to fold that. I'm going to check that. 4s and 8s, please. Heart's not the worst for bluffing purposes. Hey, my ace is good. Who would have known? These big bets are fucking hilarious. Like, these players are just dying to go broke. I'm going to go ahead and bet here. Sometimes we're up against it, but we got a lot of outs. Pair of 10s. I'm going to check and let him bluff. I could just put him in, but I don't think he calls with anything that I beat. And I'm definitely never folding when I make top pair on this board. Does he ever have an 8? A 7? Wow. I could have gotten paid for at least half pot. I fucked up. It's annoying. Ace 7. We can bet here. I mean, nobody bet the flop, so nobody should have a jack, right? 8 on the riv. Kind of interesting. I'm going to check. Queen 10's common. 6-7 is possible. Yeah. Ace 9 should be good, though, a lot. What'd the other guy have? Ace 8. Woof, you're an ace lover. He called with what the fuck on the turn? Just the ace. Wow. Why can't I hit the ace there? And just bust that guy. Okay. Check. I'm going to go ahead and bet. There's not a lot for people to have, but out of position, or in first position, this can look like just such utter garbage that people will just call you with a lot of different hands. I think we just bet quickly on the river, try to get called by like a pair of 9s or 8s or something. Maybe hit a queen. Should be like 8s though, right? Should be like 8s. 7s. All right. 7s. I mean, I know it's the same thing, but when you know GTO, you know that 7s are supposed to bet that flop and 9s can check. Because, you know, the 9s are so much less vulnerable. But you should probably bet the 7s anyway, right? Everybody check to you. Nobody should really have a jack. Except for me and the blind. But then when the jack pairs the turn, it's half as likely that I have a fucking jack. So I see where he's coming from. I don't know if I would have called 2 bets on it. I guess I should have bet bigger. Well, I don't know if he calls a bigger bet. I'm just going to fold that. I'm going to fold that. I'm going to fold that. Look at this. Look at all these outs. Woof. Missed them all. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 outs twice. Yikes. You can have it, Beatrix. Folding. Good to see you guys in here. Appreciate y'all. I'm looking at the list. I see a lot of friendly faces. If you guys don't want to say hi, you don't have to. It's not really my flop, is it? I'm just going to go ahead and check. This guy's a super ace lover. I'm not going to get him off an ace ever. And he doesn't bet his own hands very often, so I'm going to let him have this one. You can have that, bro. That little pot. That's okay. You're not even really worth playing against with $2 in the fucking table. Raise. How does that pot so small? Ooh, open-ender. Everybody's favorite straight draw. I think if this player checks, I am going to bet. Going to bet here. Right about 60. Player bets a third pot. I am going to raise it up. I don't know how informed this player is, so he may call with just overcards, but it's kind of doubtful. Made the straight. I'm just going to try to bet for value. Really? Question is, do I want to go for this? This guy raises. I re-raise. I'm going to let this guy have it. I'm going to check the turn here. Hold. Thank you. Nice cute raise, pal. How does he ever have fucking ace-queen there? Just like that, bro. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Bye! Oh, what's the matter? Did that not work out the way you planned? Did it not? Really? People are crazy. Betting the flop, checking the turn is kind of awesome. That's kind of an awesome hand to bust somebody. King, queen, bet half pot. I mean, I'm gonna check. There's not a lot that calls me that I beat. Oh, but that's something we tie with. I'm gonna check here. I'm gonna fold here. That's a good check on the river by him. It's a really good check. Okay. I'm gonna check. I don't know if you bet a 7 twice here. No, you don't. It's definitely worth taking a card off. Probably could have won it if I had bet the river. Probably could have, because it would have looked like the suited ace. Ace 4. I'm just going to call. I usually raise those, but I don't mind calling every now and then. Keeps my range super wide. We are in here up against the blinds, so it's kind of gross. I think if it checks to me, I'm going to bet anyway. Hey, what's up, Bike King? Holy shit, Bike King. How you doing, my man? I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. How you doing, my man? I am going to bet just a little something there. I want to raise this one. How you doing, my man? OG friend of the stream. Super OG. Fold this one. Get called. I mean, his player limped. I really don't know what he's supposed to have, but I'm just going to check. Or I'm just going to bet. He calls. Ace in the river kind of sucks. Kind of kills all the action all the way around. So I got re-raised. I'm going to call. He leads out. I'm going to fold. I'm going to check. I expect this player to bet big kind of often. Plus I have Beatrix in there to see what they're doing. Bets 2/3 pot. I'm going to fold this one. I'm going to call. King's kind of interesting. God damn it. Why does the king have to come off? Maybe the king saved me. Maybe they just... I mean, they could have had ace-king for sure, but they could have also had aces. It's just kind of... Betting into that many players, it's kind of... no, I think I let him hit the king. I think I should have check-raised flop. Getting a little too trappy there. That's kind of a mistake on my part. It's kind of a big mistake too. Yeah, I should have check raised the flop, especially when I know what I'm up against. Like I know I'm up against a very aggressive player. Look at this. That's annoying. Nice raise. Got a jack, and I really like it. Go ahead. Four-way pot, so I'm going to check to the razor. He bets the full pot, which is kind of interesting. He might think I'm on a draw. He might be on a draw. I'm going to check and let him bluff river. No? Ace, queen with the ace of spades? Ace, king of spades. Wow, you should have kept betting, bro. Betting on the flop and then giving up is just the worst fucking strategy ever. Like, if you're going to bet the flop, you should just keep betting. That's a perfect bet scenario. Very hard for me to keep going. I'm just going to bet half pot here. I think it's fine. Take it down. Fold this one, fold that one. Fold. Alright. I think the bigger bet's required there. When it's just us heads up, I think you got to bet a little bit bigger. Check. Uber, why are you texting me? I'm not going to drive for you. Yeah. You got it. I don't know about this bet here. Like, I definitely wouldn't want to do this with one pair. I mean, top two, obviously, I would do it with. You can even do it with, honestly, you can do it with ace king and ace jack. You can't really do it with ace queen, because ace jack, you kind of remove the straights. This is a value bet. Yeah. King queen's not bad, because as the original raiser, you should be the only one with the kings and queens when you have king queen in your hand. So I don't know if you missed a bet. I don't know if you get paid. I think if you bet the turn, maybe you get paid. It's tough to bet though. It's very tough to bet. So I don't fault the player. Pot here. Player leads at me. I'm going to raise. I'm tired of getting donked at. Player calls. I'm going to bet the turn. This might be a mistake, but I feel like they're going to draw a lot of the time. If they jam here, yeah, that's what you're doing. You're trying to represent that jack because you know it shouldn't be in my range. Isn't that what you're doing? Problem is, I was the original raiser, so my range can be everything better than a jack. Don't do that. You're going to... See, here's the thing. Let you have a couple of them, but now you're going to get just absolutely hose-bagged. So, I would not do that if I were you. Can I make this right? Yeah. There we go. Ta-da! That looks okay. I think we can spread these out a little here. Yeah, that's alright. Full. Bring this down just a wee bit. Yeah, it looks better. Fold that one. Razroo. Okay. I mean, getting way too much to 1 there. Getting like 8 to 1. I'm going to check. I'm going to check this one. I was going to bet it, but there's a chance this player has a 10 or a 9 and won't fold. Get a min re-raise, we call. Check. I'm going to go ahead and bet half pot here. It's the calls that bother me. I'm going to fold this. The call out of the small blind is really a problem. I call that. Check. Check. Yeah, the calls out of the blind really fucks with me. I like the delayed c-bet there. I'm going to check this to the guy. I don't know what's going on here exactly. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what that's all about. Ace Queen? Interesting. Creative. I'll give him that. Pretty creative. I don't know if I'd call it good. It's definitely creative, though. Check. So we see a raise out of first and a call. And a call. Let's see if we can ISO. Might have to get the money in here. Just pay attention to the timing. This fucking idiot calls. I mean, the money's going in, guys, on the flop, so... Sixes. I love it. Put an 8 out there. Fucking moron. The biggest fucking moron. Just race, you fucking retard. If you're going to put in half your fucking stack, the amount of fucking these $4 stacks I've taken off him is just fucking horrendous. It's so fucking stupid. Like, has no read. Has no read, just knows pair. Has 0 read. Just the worst. Doing good, man. Haven't been playing as much poker lately. I'm going to go ahead and bet here. If Beatrix has a 7, they're never... Or if they have an 8, they're never going to fold, but it's kind of hard for them. It's a good call. Yeah, had the 4. If that 4 doesn't hit the river, I think it's a much harder call. Wish that fucking diamond or heart had come off. I'm going to check this. Still a few tourneys, few times a week. Still looking for Lockheed, Florida till June, possibly December, depending on a few factors. Hoping to get back out west sometime in the not-so-distant future. How's the grind been? It's been pretty good. I made some adjustments and have been doing better in the cash game challenge. And won a big tournament on ACR a few days ago, if you didn't see it. It's on YouTube. It was a crazy bounty tournament. It wasn't crazy. It was just, really? Okay. I love this guy. Check. Like, okay. Yeah, it was a good win. Alright. Well, that's perfect bluffing card. The board's paired. No, he didn't have shit. That's funny. Yeah, so I had a good win, so very profitable this week. And overall. Other than that, not much else been going on. Just kind of more of the same, you know. Grinding on. Look at those stupid little min rays. I mean, it's not min, it's a little over min, but just get the money in, bro. Like, if you just jam here, you're more likely to get called than you are if you do that. Way too much to 1. I was getting like 8 to 1. This is a problem. Check. Okay. I mean, what are you going to do when a guy hits a 2-outer on you? And it is a 2-outer because the ace, I would believe, was the original raiser. Shit like that's annoying. Really? Gotta be. I don't like this anymore. This player leads half pot at me. I'm going to raise him. I raised out at first. I'm trying to convince him their jack isn't good. This player's probably on a draw as well. Well, if my buddy's got an ace, he's going to get it in. As long as I don't have ace-queen. Okay. Hits the fucking runners. Not a thought in their bubble head. I love it. Just hits the ace-queen. No reason to check it. Oh my god, what are you doing? Nine on the turn kind of sucks. I'm going to keep betting. He could have just made 2 pair on me, but at this point I'm not folding. 7 on the river. I'm going to take my time and then jam. Jack 8? No good. Thanks, bro. Well played. Good job. You let me bluff until I got there. I mean, in his defense, it's very hard for me to have 10 jack or 10-9 there unless you know me. Full pot bet. River makes a club. I think we can only check. Yeah, because he's a fucking idiot who's going to check the flush. That's kind of interesting. I still have the gut shot and the spades. I'm going to call. And the 8. You going to jam? I hate it because I have showdown value. It's stupid, but I have too much showdown value to call. Like if I didn't have that much showdown value, it would have been easier. But I can't give up the turn when more than likely an 8, a king, a spade, a 7. I probably should have check jammed. How did that fucking play out? Didn't I fucking bet? I think I lost track of the hand is the problem. Congrats on the Bink. Didn't see it. It's on YouTube if you want to watch, man. Final table dated the 25th. So I limped. He raised it. Okay, so he was the raiser. We went 4 ways to the flop. Check, bet, call. I call. Turn, he bets again. I should have jammed the turn. I lost track of the hand. I fucked up. I mean, he can definitely have an overpair, but I fucked that up. That's annoying. Runners on the ace queen is annoying. Double gutty. Oh my god, dude. What, did you pass out at the fucking computer? Let's go, bro. Oh my god. I hope you had queens. You fucking slow timing motherfucker. You can have that. Oh, I hate when it does that. I thought I was down. I thought it was down a little bit. I was like, how did that happen? I'm like, I know I just took a couple beats, but what the fuck? But then the balance fixed itself, so that's fine. Hey, I got timed out. Oh my god. Dude, get better internet. He's gonna disco every hand? Fold. Fold. It's a pretty good flop. I am gonna bet small. Just because I want it to look like bullshit. Oh well. He's got to have overcards or something to call me. So maybe I should have just checked it because we were heads up. I'm going to just call my friend. Three-way pot. Player raising under the gun. The pot bets are annoying. Okay. Check. Hate being out of position with a monster. Because it kind of depends how much he wants to bet. Unless I hit the king. You know, he can have ace-king sometimes. Or he could have flopped deuces full. Jesus Christ. Blech. I almost 3-bet it too, and I don't know if the deuces call there. Oh well. Never supposed to fold. Even as unlikely as it is that I'm good. Just because he could be just bluffing the whole way. That is annoying. Am I gonna get into this many coolers? I mean, I wanted to 3-bet it, so maybe that's my mistake. I just didn't want to 3-bet the guy under the gun, this guy, because he tended to be strongest pre-flop, so I didn't want him just to rip fucking ace-jack in my face, and I have to fold. Okay. Might be getting 4-bet. Wow, really? I thought we might get 4-bet here. We're all super deep, so it'd be a great time to flop a 5. Oh. All right. You can have it from me. Not likely to be an overpair. That 8 kills this dude's action. He could easily have full house. Yeah, keep betting? I don't know if I like the betting. I mean, can you be up against the hearts? Sure, but... Wow. Like, what? I mean, I was able to give up my pair. And it's not like the 8 being the overcard even matters. It's just the number of people in the pot. I think if you have an overpair there that you're not willing to go with, like 10s or 9s, I think you have to kind of give that up on the flop. Or raise. Oh my god, I finally flopped a set and it's in a fucking limp pot versus the blind. And a player who's going to take forever. I'm just betting it. I don't care. I just rather this pot end than have to sit here and fucking watch this guy fucking time bank run out. If he wasn't losing so much money at poker, he could afford better internet. I guarantee you, he is not paying for his internet with his poker winnings, with his $3 on the table. All right, I'm just gonna keep potting this, because when you're up against a player who's not gonna fold the draw anyway, you might as well charge the max, which is pretty much a pot size bet. Okay. Fold here, fold there. Man, that's a rough flop. Why did it have to be a paired one? A paired board is so ugh. Hey, Bruiser! Going really good, my man. Uncle Bruiser of TikTok fame. If you guys haven't seen it, I believe it was Jedi Mind Tricks Mini number 4 was my shout out video to Uncle Bruiser. This call behind kind of sucks. I do think I have to take one off because of backdoor straight draws. That's probably good for this player. Yeah, I don't think I can continue versus another bet here. This player shouldn't be betting. This player should always be betting. Queen on the river. I mean, this is kind of meh. I think you definitely bet the ace queen. But unless you're this... Yeah. You got it, bro. Definitely can't call 2 bets there. So yeah, if you guys don't follow him, follow Uncle Bruiser on TikTok. Puts out great content. Good to see you. Good to see you. Does a lot of really good, poignant stuff too. Like the TikTok he put out today, I saw one that was a demonstration of a teacher showing how to hold a door closed with a chair if there's an active shooter in a fucking school. And holy shit, the fact that that's the dystopian world that we live in, and he calls it out. He's just like, this is not okay. This is not, should not be the norm now. Really? This fucking guy. I mean, I kind of... Like, this player is just always raising. It's just kind of annoying. I think if he bets again, I have to... Yeah. If he bets again, it's just something really good. I mean, but if he checks, it's like no action. I think he's trying to look like he doesn't have much. Just gonna min raise this fucking guy. Look at this quads, 4 of a kind. Why are you betting a straight draw on a paired board with a flush board? Oh my god. You $2 fucking moron. Ugh, I hate it. Okay. I'll underplay the king. I check. I bet. What do you want to do? You want to fold? Having fun. Foldy, foldy. I think we're at that tight time of night where we got to just screw down and play some really strong hands. Ba 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 ba. Ooh, pocket kangs. The Conquerors. This is who I want. I'm just going to call that. I've been raising those way too much. I'm going to bet for protection and value. Gut shot. Come on, raise this one. Nope. Okay. Maybe I've been making my bets too small for this time of night. It's very possible. Nice bet, B. Folding. I see the rest of you here. Thank you for coming out. Much appreciated. Nope. Sure. Okay. I think we do want to raise here. There are two kind. Few questions. Are you on a delay? Are you able to keep up with multiple? How am I able to keep up with multiple games at once? Yes, I am on a delay. I have to be because otherwise players could come in my stream and look at my cards. And how are you able to keep up with multiple games at once? Honestly, it's just practice. You just okay. This is interesting. It's just practice. You just you start out with one table, and after a while, it took me I started playing in 2003 online pretty seriously, and I started out playing single table sit and goes, which are just single table tournaments, and you start out playing one, and then after like 6 months, I had not even considered playing more than one table. But I started learning about other players who were serious playing more than one table at once, and it just seemed like a great idea to get more hands in. And it's super common now, but it really it was innovative at the time. This is a draw. I'm not getting him off of it. So there has to be a delay, otherwise these players could see my cards just like you guys. So there's a 4-minute delay. I don't love that 10. It makes a lot of two pairs. I'm gonna check. It's like the worst card in the world. And I don't even have the ace of spades. Like, this is fucked up. I don't have the ace of spades. This player limp called. He's supposed to have a lot of two pairs, but he can have a lot of king queens. This sucks. And there's spades out there. I fold. It's just... I probably was beat on the turn, in all honesty. But... that queen coming out is just so frustrating. It's kind of a big bet, B. You can have it. So I started playing two tables after like 6 months, and I got a good piece of advice, which was don't try to double your tables. Don't go 1, 2, 4, 8. Just try to add one whenever you feel comfortable like you can. And eventually it gets to the point where you can play, it seems like infinite. I'm pretty comfortable playing cash games, playing up to 12 tables at once. With the current bankroll restrictions that I have right now, though, I don't want to have that much out there at once. So I'm playing a little bit more aware. I don't want to give up too much edge because on this site in particular, the players play very differently than modern poker theory, because it is a closed network, meaning it's just Nevada, New Jersey, and Delaware. So it kind of plays a lot like home games, so there's a lot more stuff to compensate for. So I don't look at this poker game as... okay. I don't look at this poker game as like a real poker game. This is just a way to make money, which is good. But it's not like playing tournaments. Playing tournaments, I like playing 4 to 6. Playing cash games, my sweet spot is right about 7 or 8, depending on how I feel that night. Anything less than that, I get bored and end up being too active. This is kind of gross because I have a set, but I just absolutely cannot bet it. I'm not getting called by anything that I beat. Hopefully the board pairs on the end. Nope. Probably not even going to pay off the river. Did I win? Probably, but I can't bet it. What did this player have? Player had 10-3, so it was smart to check. But, yeah.
You people are so petty and tiny.
By King with the sounds. There's actually a guy, if you really want to have your mind blown, Bruiser, there's a guy called Nano Noko. Look him up on YouTube. Just put in Nano Noko playing multiple tables. You'll see a guy playing 20 tables perfectly. This is bluffable if he gives up. I mean, he should be worried about the club. That's a great move if you have a hand like ace-5 with the ace of clubs. But he's just got a full house, right? Yeah. He's just got like queens or nines. That sucks. Nobody bluffs there on the check raise. That is frustrating. I've been running into those, man. I mean, I like that I'm making the discipline laydowns. It just kind of sucks that I've been this involved in so many spots where I have to make them. You start to kind of doubt yourself. You're like, am I over folding here? But, yeah. I mean, the min raise is just... I have to raise some... Why are you... This guy's hilarious. This is the guy who had the $4 before, called off 2 of it pre-flop, and then got it in on a fucking... with just a pair of 6s on the flop. I'm gonna check. This is not a good situation for me because this player's so fucking short. There's no way to win this. This is like the worst. I win it by checking. That's how I win that one. Wow. What the fuck did you have? Wow. That's the way I win that one, by checking. You can't win by betting. I knew that. But if everybody checks, I can win. Holy shit. Thank you for that. May I ask, how much do you make a night? It varies. I'm in a very restricted area. Basically, the way you judge your poker success is by how many buy-ins you win. My buy-in right now, I'm playing all $10 tables, so you'll see I have $10 on every table at least, until I've won money. So I'm trying to win 4 to 5 buy-ins in 4 or 5 hours of play a day. But it's not really... I mean, at this point, we're just building. It's been a rough time. Really? I don't buy that. Really? See, the problem is this player is such an ace lover that he could actually have ace-9. It's fucking annoying. I have to call this, though. Yeah, you don't have shit, bro. How you like that one? The ace-high call versus the 3-8. Just like, when people change the script, it's just ridiculous. Like, I bet the flop. Yes, I don't have much of this. Then he leads the turn. On what planet does somebody lead a 9? Like, if the river had been a diamond, I'll bet you anything his bet would have worked. But, I mean, it's just ridiculous when people do shit like this. Don't let them change the script on you. But when I had a proper bankroll and I was playing full time before I had the house fire that took everything away and all like that, I made somewhere around... well, it varied all the time, but it averaged out to about $7,000 a month. Which, It should have been more, but I had, you just kind of build over time. So you're watching the rebuild. So I've only been back to full-time poker since September, and getting some support from my family, which is nice. And my dad kind of came around to the fact that he didn't want me going back to driving Uber, and our government assistance ran out in September, and we were just fucked. And I was just like, well, I got to do what I got to do, Pop. And he was like, you know what? We don't want you doing that. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? And he's like, wasn't there something you could do online to make money? This was in Colorado at a bar mitzvah. We were having this conversation. Hadn't seen my family in like almost 3 years because of COVID. And and I go, Dad, I was doing that. And I was like, but he's always said he would never help me with money to play poker. And it's paid, but he called me after I got home. He called me a couple days later. The day that I was about to go out to drive for my first real full day back, I had done a couple test runs, make sure the app was working and shit. But my dad called me as I was tying my shoes, and he was like, we don't want you to drive. What do you need? And I was like, what? And he's like, what do you need a month? And, he's a retired pediatrician, so he's able to help me. So that's what we're doing. And it's definitely tough because I probably should have told him I needed more for bankroll. But I kept it small. I think my pride kind of got in the way. So maybe I've hindered myself, but the hardest part was I was running very poorly, getting unlucky for right off the bat for a while. Maybe it was the pressure, but I looked at it and it was outside of the expected variance. So I was getting variance bunched up right when I needed the money the most, which is kind of what happens. But now it's doing good. I've won a tournament, done pretty well in the cash games, and it's coming around. It's going to take some more time to rebuild. Love that ace. I'm going to check. It's so stupid. It's just like you have to hit the ace like every time. I don't even have the fucking king of clubs. Like, I'm so tired of folding to this fucking player. But he just keeps fucking out flopping me, and I refuse to believe these are moves. Like, he's just hitting. It's just hitting like ridiculously. And Beatrix, I don't understand why Beatrix was calling. Like, did you have like queens or something? Like, I really don't understand that. This fucking player just loves to donk. I'm gonna raise. Calls, the ace hits the turn. And he just folds. Nice. Got to be able to take those away. That's why I'm saying he's not doing it in the big pots. The little pots, though, it's going okay. That's funny. That is a super quick call. I might be dead, but I don't think I can fold because of backdoor possibilities. The ace sucks. Although Beatrix shouldn't feel too good about that ace. Wow. B, do you actually have, like, the monster? Like, I'm not looking to call that, but I'm pretty sure if I'd had a set there, we would have gotten it all, which shouldn't happen. It's amazing. Congrats on getting back into poker. I'm sorry about the fire. That's wonderful for your father to come around. It really was. It's funny, too, because you don't know this. Anybody else here knows this, but when I was a kid, my brother got really sick, and he had to... We lived in Florida, and my parents had to take him to the Ronald McDonald House. He had cancer. He had a tumor behind his nose the size of a grapefruit. And my parents had to go there and live with him, and we pretty much thought, there was a lot of thinking that he was going to die. And I was like 8 or 9, and he was... I think this is one I win in a showdown quite a bit. I don't know if this player ever... Yeah, they're not going to check a king. That's fine. You got it. If they had checked, I think I'd check and win, but when they bet, they just have a king. It's fine. Or they have, like, jacks or something, or some other weird kind of set. So I went and lived with my grandma, and this is my father's mother, right? And she was a hard, old Jewish woman. Real pain in the ass. Me and her ended up with a special relationship because of this. And she basically gave me slave labor from the first day. She was like, take this out, you'll make a nickel. Take this, sweep this up, you'll make a quarter. And then at the end of the week over dinner, she counted it up, and it was something... I always say it was something like, but I remember it perfectly. It was $3.87. And I had worked like a dog for it, So she counts it out in change on top of the, the table. And I go to, like, scoop it up into my hand. This is just bad. I don't like this at all. This is kind of annoying. What did you have? Pocket eights. Okay. I'm glad I checked. This is kind of small. I'm going to bet the river for value. But, and then I went to scoop it up, and she goes, no. And she pulled out a deck of cards and taught me 7-card stud.
Wake up, Daddy's home.
Hey, wake up, Daddy's home. And and she taught me 7-card stud. And when I say she taught it to me, nobody knew this about my grandma, but she was a stone cold killer. She would yell at me, like, when I got it wrong. She'd be, you can see that I have aces. If you can't beat aces, why are you betting? And I'm like, well, I thought I could bluff. If you bluff, you have to check raise and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like 9 years old, right? So it's so intense. And she cleaned me out every week like that for about 10 months when I lived with her. And poker was always kind of in my life after that. But, I was so young, like, nobody... played poker or whatever. I became a competitive pool player, traveled around playing the Florida 9-ball tour in my teens, and then after I got hurt in my early 20s, I fucked up my arm in the gym, and that was the end of the poker dream. Oh, that's the worst card in the deck. I got away from it, but then years later, I came back to... I came back to poker, and I was like, I needed something competitive to do in 2004, and of course, with the way that the way that my brain works, I got very, this is interesting. This is interesting because that player can have a straight. I don't like the 6 on the river either. I think if it checks, I can win sometimes. I think sometimes, though, I'm up against a better pair. Yeah, the queen over there. I don't know what this player is fucking leading for. Like, I really don't, like... I guess he saved me, but it's just stupid. So I started reading everything and playing, and had a bit of a talent for it. This is back when the game was much less complicated, and did really well. And eventually I separated from my then fiance because she turned out to be a drug addict, piece of crap. And not that drug addicts are pieces of crap, they're very sick, but she did some very shitty things. And I moved out to Vegas because I had gone to a course to train me as a poker dealer. And I came out here and got a job dealing poker at the Imperial Palace. And then in my downtime, I would go play poker live at poker tables. And that basically paid my bills Pretty much the majority of the first 3 years I was here, because I could never get enough work as a dealer. Dealer money was good money, but I just couldn't get enough shifts. I was the A1 at the Venetian when they opened their poker room, meaning I dealt all the big games and I taught all the dealers how to deal games like Kansas City Lowball and Raz and all this kind of shit that nobody plays except your high stakes guys. And I still couldn't make enough to live. So in my downtime, they would prop play me, which means they would pay me my minimum wage, and I would play on my own money while I was waiting for games. And it just it worked out pretty well. I want to value bet this, but I'm going to go conservative. Wow. Can't get a 6? That was a little conservative. Maybe I could have bet that. Just going to keep betting here. Yeah, so that's basically the origin story. I'm just going to call this one. I'm going to underplay it. I'm going to check that. He can have a lot of queens. I'm not supposed to. He hasn't been here for very long, so I don't expect him to be bluffing very often. Makes a big bet. I think I want the king more than anything. Ooh. Pick up a gut shot. It's not worth too much. Definitely can't fold. Check. Really? So he opened, I 3-bet. Yeah, the king was good, right? You had ace queen? Tens? Wow, I had more outs than I thought. I'm just going to let this go. This player should be all in quite a bit. See, that's the thing. When players call behind, they fuck it up, because I don't know if this player re-raises 4-bets if this player doesn't call behind. This guy calls behind for 25% of his stack and then folds to the re-raise. It's like, what hand are you supposed to do that with? Yeah, there isn't one, you know? So, nothing you can do about it. Big gamble there, B. I mean, you're getting the right price. You're getting better than 3-1 on your money. Can't get a rhythm going here, man. I just keep losing these very small pots. Pythagoras opening again. I'm on the button. I'm going to call. I think I would 3-bet the ace-queen offsuit, but the ace-queen suited, I kind of like it. Plus, I get to keep my range wide. Plus, these players behind, it kind of stops everything. Beatrix leading out is kind of interesting. I don't agree with this. I really don't. I think unless you flop like just a monster versus idiots, I don't know if I like leading out there. Because you're just going to get slammed. Grey Kitten 3-bets from the small blind. I mean, the call's in there. I guess I got a call, right? Oh, that's brutal. I mean, do you raise here with aces? Player checks. I'm going to check back. You got it. Kings? Yeah, kings are good. Kings are good. It's funny because I would have played ace-queen the same way. Just running into better hands, man. Can't get a much better hand than aces, though. Which is frustrating. It's frustrating to just stay in one spot because you keep getting, like, pipped out. This could be interesting. I'm going to bet kind of small here. I'm trying to look vulnerable. And if this player has an overpair, which is highly possible. They just call. The 9 on the turn is kind of whatever. I mean, if they have a 10, they're just gonna get it. So I'm just gonna bet half pot. Have you considered moving to Texas? I think it's definitely the best spot in the U.S. for live play, but not good games. Also, equal higher variance. Yeah, I'm not a live pro anymore. I'm online, so I could live anywhere. If I was gonna move somewhere to play poker, it would be Canada. You know, I spent 6 months out there a bunch of years ago to play on PokerStars and Party Poker and all those sites. That's what I would do. The games in Vegas are very beatable. They're super beatable. I would have no problem tomorrow going out to just any casino out here and finding a 1-2 game and making good money and then moving up. But there's this little thing that rhymes with Rovid-19. That's why I'm home. So I'm not going to go to a poker room and expose myself to the variant. It is worse out here in Vegas. I don't like this. I should have bet the flop. It is worse out here in Vegas. It's one of the hottest spots in the country for COVID. Obviously, because we get a lot of tourism and shit like that. I'm just going to fucking give up on this. I don't even care. Yeah, somebody's going to... There's nothing I can do here. I mean, it's kind of hilarious. But yeah, I know about Austin, and poker's poker. I mean, the only real challenge I've ever had playing live poker was on the East Coast in Florida. I wasn't very experienced back then, but on the East Coast, players play very tight. It's kind of funny. On the East Coast, it's still to this day, the lower limit players, they play very tight. The higher limit players don't really exist out that way. But when you come to this side of the country, the closer you get to the ocean, the players get looser. Like if you want to see just crazy ass maniac games, just go to California, go to Commerce, and just watch those games, and it'll change your perception. I'm gonna call here. Check. Player calls. This might be suicide, but I gotta try. He hit the fucking queen. God damn it. That's so annoying. Like, I have to check call the flop there to pull that move off. And he's going to have so many flush draws. He's going to have so many shitty hands. And he just hits the queen and can't fold. That's so rough. God damn it. That is annoying. Ugh. I mean, he shouldn't be calling that turn when I check raise. I should just have a jack or a flush. But, I'm going to check. This is, I just don't think there's anything here to be made. What did you call me with? Ace high? I honestly think that's probably like ace jack or something. Ace king, wow. Okay. Well, I think I made the max. I mean, if he's not going to see that, I kind of got to check it all the way down. But yeah, I'm aware of the Austin poker scene. Obviously, everybody is now because Doug Polk and Andrew Neem and backdoor flush draw, I guess I can call. All right, now we can get it up. I would never call for the one-liner normally, but because I can get running spades, like if this is the 6 of spades on the turn, I'm just going to pile. Yeah. But, what was I going to say? King, jack, jack, jack. It's hilarious. It's just the worst. Of course, then he leaves. Fuck did you win? You won nothing. Oh, this is dicey. I fold. Alright, well, we have a player betting half pot. Kind of depends how many calls we get if I want to raise. Got one call. 2 calls. When you could move to Canada anyway, so many reasons why. Oh, trust me, I'm into it. I tried to get dual citizenship back then, but the American side wouldn't release me. Queens. Wow. So the call is pretty bad. I think more often than not we're up against the flush. I'm just going to go ahead and bet. Or we're up against the flush draw. I don't think I can fold here. I'm going to check. I'm calling. There's a lot of ways I lose here, but I don't think as played, I don't think I want to fold. Trip 7s, really? What the fuck just happened there? How do you not get all the money in on the... Wow, you are really, 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 really a fraidy cat. Yeah, trust me. I would definitely move to Canada if I got the option tomorrow. Fuck this whole country. Just the differences I saw in healthcare when I was there. Like, I had to get medications... And I was really screwed because I couldn't get a flight back in time to, like, fill my scripts. So I was just like, fuck it. I'll go to their urgent care. So I asked one of the neighbors, really sweet lady. I was like, what do I do? And she was like, just go on down there. You'll be fine. I go down there. I'm waiting for, like, 15 minutes. And this woman comes up and goes, okay, sir, you know, your ID, everything's filled out. She's like, it's going to cost you $10 today. And I'm like, oh, I don't have insurance, you know, right now. I'm a cash patient. And she goes, no, it's just $10. And I was like, just $10 to see the doctor? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
And I give her the $10. I go in the back. The doctor's sitting there, and he's like, "What's going on?" And I tell him what's up. And he says, "Oh, so you just need a refill?" And I go, "Yeah." And I go, "I know it's a blah blah blah. I know it's an issue, and yada yada yada." And he goes, "Do you happen to have an empty prescription bottle?" And I go, "Yeah." And he takes a picture of it on his phone, and he says, "Okay, well, we'll put that in your file. Here's your script." And I was like, "That's it?" And he's like, "You're an adult, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but how is that legal?" And he goes, "Oh, you're American, aren't you?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, you wouldn't think that would be illegal, or you wouldn't think that would be legal because in the States it would totally be illegal. But look at this, Queen High Wings. But in Canada, we kind of believe you're an adult, you can do what you want." And I go, "Well, great, man. Where do I get this filled?" And he goes, "You can just go next door." And I was like, "Oh, is there a pharmacy?" He goes, "Yeah." And I go over there, there's a pharmacy, and I'm expecting them to tell me that it's like as much as it was in the States. It was a twelfth of the price. And I thought I was going to have to pay like $100 for it. It was whatever it was like $7. It was hilarious. They even had stuff on the shelves. They had a tube of stuff called Voltaren, which now has been released in the US, but this is about 6 years ago. And they had aisles of this shit, just aisles and aisles. And I used to have to pay $90 for a 1 ounce tube of this shit. And it was like a topical, Motrin, kind of thing. And they were selling like crest-sized tubes of it for $8. And I was like, holy shit, and I loaded up, and it was fucking amazing. I gotta try to make this look bluffy by betting big. Yeah, you just had to see it, huh? Do you have two pair? If you had two pair, I can understand. No, you had one pair. Wow. That's bad. But one pair. What? But yeah, Berkey took a pic of the 1-2 game in Texas that was 9-way all-in pre, no one had aces. Yeah. Makes you wonder what Berkey had in that situation. He's probably the reason why that happened. If you watch the way he plays, he's a fucking maniac. He's a maniac, but he's an intelligent maniac. Alright, I don't mind this flop. Aces. Can I get somewhere tonight? Can I just not break even all night? I'm just going to check raise, put this player in. I'm never folding if this other guy wants to go over the top, but we're just usually up against one pair here. Yeah. There's a straight. I'll take it. That's why you need to have a full buy-in on the table. Look at this. Raise, call, my re-raise, this guy re-raises. I would never do this normally. I would never do this. But unless somebody rejams, I think I'm just going to call unless somebody else calls. This guy re-raises. This is kind of interesting. I'm going to rip it. Well, I got called. Aces, kings, and tens. Hold. I love how the pocket 10's the worst fucking play. On what planet? Oh my god. Like, people just don't fold fucking pairs. Oh, that shit is so fucking annoying. That's 3 buy-ins right there. That's half my night in profit just to this moron.
that's annoying. So I'm just going to pile on this guy from now on. Wow, my queen's good. Three-way pot or four-way pot. This is a perfect one to just check and see what's up. Makes two pair. Jesus. Just recently got into the game. Primarily sit and goes, have any advice on where to start? I don't have any HUDs, so I know to get that. But for educational material, well, my man, you came to the right place. What website would you recommend? Saw Raise Your Edge, but it looks like above my skill level. I really don't like Raise Your Edge. I think it's, like you say, it's too advanced for most people. Plus, I don't think that their material is necessarily useful all that much. It's kind of not all-encompassing. No, not run it once. There's a delay, but I'm going to explain to you. PokerCoaching.com. That's the one I use. And here's the thing, man. It's an expensive site, but it is a fraction of what those other ones charge you. Other sites charge you $1,200 for one course. I pay $670 a year, once a year, and I get I get access to everything on the site. Currently, during the day, okay, you can go to my YouTube and check this out. I wake up and I study most days, and so what I do is I do a no delay stream, and we get on Jonathan Little's site, PokerCoaching.com. And we're going through the Tournament Masterclass, which is a very in-depth look at tournaments from start to finish. And it discusses ranges, it discusses everything. And it's so well rooted in the fundamentals of poker that it can be translated to any format. So I think it's good there. Here's the thing. I record all those and I upload them to YouTube. So if you just want to watch that shit, you can, man. But you're literally watching me on the site learn in front of you. Little has a bunch of stuff really good from beginner to fairly advanced and a lot for free. Yeah, you can get, that's the other thing too. He gives you a, look at this, what I'm getting called by, and I'm still raising. Saw the post about it on Reddit, actually. Jonathan Little highlighted that one. Yeah, dude, totally. I could, pay any site I wanted, and that's the one. And here's the thing, I don't have an affiliate with them. I asked them if I could use their content on my stream, and they said, yeah, sure, but we don't have an affiliate program right now. And I was like, that's cool. When it comes around, just let me know. Maybe I will. Hey, thanks for the follow, my man. Good to see you here. But yeah. Check out they're called Wake Up With Me, or WUWM, my series on YouTube. And we go through hands that I've played. We go through the quizzes on PokerCoaching.com. We go through, all the stuff that you need to know. And here's the thing, man. Jonathan Little's site has a fantastic fundamentals course. It's so good. I've been playing for a very long time. I make sure to keep myself humble. I went through the beginner's course when I first got on there because I was like, or fundamentals, not beginners, fundamentals. Because I was like, this is the thing that everything's built on. I've always believed in the fundamentals of any game are the thing that you draw on after years of practice. There's a great book by not Bobby Fischer, but Joss Waiskins, the chess player, called The Art of Learning. And he talks about how it was difficult for him to write a book on chess because because you have to start with the fundamentals, and everything you do over time just builds and builds and builds on that. And he's right. You really do have to master that to have any kind of hope to build on it. The thing I would say is understand right off the bat, embrace the fact that you are going to be a losing player for what seems like forever, and then one day you will become a winner. Nobody's a break-even player. Unless they just have a tilt factor to them where they're a good player but they tilt off all their winnings. Outside of that, nobody breaks even. If you ever talk to a poker player and you say, oh, how do you do? They go, oh, I'm about break even. Know that they are lying and know that they are a massive loser in the game. Just embrace if you're not a winning player. Your goal shouldn't be to win money. Your goal should be to learn. Your goal should be to have fun. I think if you can find enough sit and goes to play at your current buy-in level that you're comfortable with, which can be anything, I would suggest no more than $5 per tournament, single table sit and goes. I think sit and goes are the best way to learn because one, it limits your exposure. You're not playing for cash. So you can, you buy in, everybody, it's not like one guy's Bill Gates and the other guy is some homeless guy. It doesn't matter. Everybody gets the same amount of chips. Nobody's bankroll can help them more than anybody else. You're playing for units and you'll get down the concepts. Cash games are more easily accessed, but I think sit and goes are a great way for anybody to really initially learn how to play poker. It's where I started. When I started playing seriously, I started playing sit and goes one at a time for $2 on a site called Island Poker years ago. And I just played hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of those. Then I started playing 2 at a time. And then I played thousands. And, then over time it became 3 tables and 4 tables and 5 tables. And then I transitioned into cash games, and I spent a lot of time playing cash games and going through, moving to Vegas and playing live cash games and stuff like that. And then I found what I really think is the highest form of poker, which is deep stack MTT, multi-table tournament poker, which is where I make most of my time devoted to. And it's cool because you're watching me now. You're watching me rebuild a bankroll, and as I say, rebuild my life from the grind up. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of training. I go over my own hands. I would say don't worry about a HUD yet, man. Worry about the fundamentals. The only HUDs I would suggest are Poker Tracker, but you can see this site, WSOP, they don't even allow HUDs. So I don't have one on here. I have one on Poker Tracker for ACR. If you're going to play on ACR, do me a favor, use my link to sign up. Use the code FLIPCASH. You'll see it on the About Me page right below this stream. Click on the picture of Lando Calrissian and sign up through there. It makes me some dough. And after your deposit gets confirmed, I'll send you $10. And I believe you get a match bonus up to $200 on your first initial bonus. So I wouldn't put in too much. Just put on $100. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself a little something to play with. Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing I didn't say is that I started out playing sit and goes, and I didn't know that it was going to take me to the most important part of my game, playing. Really? Do I want to gamble here? I mean, this is rarely an ace. Every now and then it's a full house or like pocket nines, but most of the time this is just a draw. And I have the best draw. I want to gamble. Yeah. It's just a flush draw. Oh, it's so strong. It's so strong. It's so strong to know that. It's so strong to know that. Like the very super rare great player. This is interesting. Why are you betting? Why are you betting? It's very super interesting that player jammed it, and I knew it immediately. This is something you're going to have to learn too, man. Marker, king, queen, suited, bottom right. That's what that means. A very good hand coming up through the delay. You'll see it. My man, I really appreciate the in-depth response. You got it, bro. Dude, I love the interaction. I really love the interaction with the stream. It kind of keeps me from feeling like I'm just alone clicking buttons in the in the dark, you know. So I appreciate you, my man. Thanks for coming out. So the thing that I was saying about sit and goes is that my ridiculous amount of sit and go understanding from playing just thousands of those made me a more profitable multi-table tournament player, because you make the most money in a multi-table tournament on the final table. When you navigate to the final table, every spot you go up is fucking huge. And my ability to take down sit and goes really made my life much better. The other night, you can see on YouTube right now, I just uploaded the final table from the other night where I won. A nice bounty tournament. $6 entry paid off $950. That's pretty damn good. And you can see how I pretty much controlled that final table the whole way, from 8 players down to just me. And it's because of my sit and go background. I truly believe that. And if I could help anybody, I would say sit and goes. It's the least pressure way to do it, and you're going to learn more playing sit and goes than any other style. Because you're only dealing with one table. I am Canadian, and you are jealous, I know, but I play on PokerStars. I would say as a new player, I am jealous because you get to play with the entire world, which is fun. But I would also say you should look into playing on 888, and you should look into playing on Party Poker. PokerStars is going to have the largest player pool, which means it's going to have the most fish, which means at the lowest levels you're going to be playing against the worst players. But it is going to have the most skilled players. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. If I were you, I would jump over to Party Poker. And honestly, when I went to Canada for 6 months, I still played on ACR every day because I still felt the site was very beatable. It was kind of my bread and butter while I was trying out the other sites and kind of finding my footing. I really would like to go back to Canada. Just not in a financial or COVID-friendly place to do that. Come on, Poker Dust. Nope. All right. We're getting some back. Took a few beats there. We're getting some back. Check. But the thing of it is, man, just and don't feel like you have to play like a bunch of tables at once. Like, you're seeing me more than a decade into playing, or 2 decades. Actually, I've been playing since I'm like 9, but online poker I've been playing for over a decade. So just play one table. Play one table. And just pay attention to everything. Oh, it's so great when you're brand new because you have so much to learn. It's like when a kid, studies in school and they get fascinated by something. It's because they're just like a sponge. On and off for the last year, but I really want to become a student of the game and study it. Well, nice, man. I would say pokercoaching.com will definitely get you there. The funnest part about that is the quizzes. You can just bang through those quizzes and learn so much. It's insane. I would say, though, if I were you, first thing, go through the fundamentals course. I believe you can go to pokercoaching.com and get the free membership and go through the fundamentals course. I'm pretty sure. I think I want to ditch one of these tables and get on a different one. Which one do I want to get off of? I think this one. Well, I keep flopping sets, but on monotone boards. It's kind of gross. We are going to raise. Yeah, I'm going to ditch this table. Player calls. I'm going to get my value now. When you say sit and goes, I've been playing 18 player 2 tables sit and goes, but previously you said single table. Should I limit it to a single table? The best piece of advice I'm going to give you is play what you most desire to play. I still live by that rule today. If you're more interested in playing the 2 table 18 mans, that's great. The only thing that you're going to have to realize is that there's a different dynamic, because I believe those 18 mans pay out top 5 spots. So it's a different dynamic than a single table. On a single table, you can see everybody you're playing against, and you just tick them off as you go, and you nail it, and it's always a final table. Now, in an 18-man, you're probably playing, you're playing 9-handed, so you're going to get to a point where, at one point, there's going to be 5 players on each table. As a newer player, the thing that's going to mess you up is that your starting hands, you have to play more of them on a short-handed table than you do a full table, right? Like, that's why you're seeing me fold so much pre-flop, is because I have all these players behind that I know that certain hands can't, defend against them. But at a 5-handed table, you can open very wide. I would say it's great. It's great for training for bigger multi-table tournaments. And I think, honestly, man, if you're enjoying it, if you're having fun, and if it keeps you interested and keeps you studying, do it. Do it. Because every day I wake up and I sit there and I'll take my dogs out and feed them their breakfast. And while I'm at the park with them, a little dog run by the side of my house, I'll sit there and think, okay, do I want to play poker today? And I'll feel like how my back's doing, and I'll see how my brain is, and I'll see what I have on the schedule. And then it's like, okay, I want to play poker today. And then it's like, do I have the time to play tournaments? And if I have the time, then I have to go, okay, do I have the desire? And if I do, then it's like, okay, do I want to play turbo tournaments. Do I want to play this? Want to play that? And I will only gravitate towards the things that I truly want to play. And I've just learned that makes it the most profitable scenario for me. This call's kind of weird. This lead out is kind of interesting. I think we raise here. Sometimes this player has like deuces or fours, but I've underplayed the ace king to have this happen. This player is going to have ace queen a bunch when we get it in, and I think killing the pot before a heart comes out and killing my action is the better way to go. Also, what made you get into cash games rather than MTTs? I am primarily an MTT player. What originally got me into cash games was availability and the fact that I needed the money when I was first starting out in Vegas. And I didn't have proper bankroll, but I literally was living hand to mouth. So you're seeing me play cash games. I have a cash game challenge going now, but 90% of my play is multi-table tournaments. I just believe it's the future. It's been the future of poker for over a decade, and honestly, it's where the most money is. But there's an old saying that cash games make your life, tournaments change your life. So the idea is that you make bigger scores in tournaments. Now, the truth of the matter is, I do play enough tournaments that I can count on it as a wage when I get to a certain point. At this point, I'm rebuilding, so I'm playing very, very small. My average buy-in is somewhere around $7. But when you win tournaments, you make 130 buy-ins, so that's $750 to $1,000. You know what I'm saying? And the wins are coming more and more, and we're doing better and better. And it's very hard at the low levels. I would say it's easier to beat an average buy-in of $25, $30, somewhere in there, than it is to beat an average buy-in of $7, because you put yourself at so much more risk to hit the the fish landmines, like this guy with the pocket tens, right, where he raised, another guy called, I re-raised, the player next to me re-raised, he 5-bet, and I jammed over the top for twice his stack. This guy called and he called. And of course I have aces. This guy has kings, which was kind of a bad beat. And then he rolls over pocket tens. In a tournament, when you face that just crushes you. It just wipes you out. Like, he beat me for a buy-in. He beat me for $10, right? But in a tournament, I could be 7 hours into the fucking thing, and then that happens, and now my tournament is just over. And it's just so depressing. You know what I'm saying? It's rare, but a good player would never get it in with tens there. Like, once the good player gets 3-bet, they're going to think about folding it, because they're going to know they're up against aces or kings, and they have to hit, the 2 outs. So when I first came to Vegas, I came out with $600. I was supposed to have a job dealing poker at the Stardust, but the day that I got here, I literally showed up at the Stardust, and I was supposed to live on the property. They had a thing for dealers. And I showed up, and the poker room manager said, "Hey man, my kid dropped out of college yesterday." And I was on the plane yesterday to come out and take this job. I had gotten a referral from my teacher, and he said that, I had worked for the school, and he said I was one of the best students he ever had. And I just got a job dealing at the Stardust, the legendary Stardust. And I was so fucking elated. And I could live on the property, for up to 4 months, before I had to find an apartment. So I get here, and the guy says that his kid dropped out of college yesterday and needs his dealer job back. And I was like, okay, so do I work less hours or whatever? And he goes, well, you can't live on the property either, because he needs the room. And I went, are you fucking serious, dude? I just flew in here from Florida because I had this job. And he gave me tough shit, kid. That turn is amazing. I'm going to bet small. I don't know if this guy ever has a king, but if he does, I want him to fucking get antsy now. Nah, he doesn't have a king. That bet would have worked no matter what the turn was. That's what I was going to bet something like that. But so I took a couple days, and I ended up getting a job at Imperial Palace, but I literally had no food. I would steal the cookies. I went to my audition, and I nailed it, and they said, you got the job, and I was like, great. And they were like, come back in 2 days, we'll call you when your shift is. And I was like, cool. On my way out, I stole like 10 of the cookies off of the player table because I didn't have any food. So I had like $100 in my pocket, and I went out and just grinded limit poker. So this is interesting. I probably shouldn't have checked back the flop. This is a nice bluff. And it's hard to call with an overpair. What took you so long? You have queens and it took you that long? Oh my god. He bet the turn so fast and then checked the river and then almost folded. If you have queens and it takes you that long to call there, you're fucking pathetic because he's never folding. This particular player is never folding. I 3-bet him pre-flop. We went check on the flop. I would check the ace king of spades here. The spade comes on the turn. He bets the turn, half pot. I think about it and call. He checks the river and I jam all in and he calls with queens. And he didn't call right away. It took forever. He actually thought about folding that, which is fucking disgraceful. Well, this is stupid, but I have to call. All right, it's a race. Any face card. That'll do. Hold, please. Deuce. Oh, he made the straight. And the only bet there is all in. Well, I have the gut shot and the overcard. And this player is short, so I'm just going to raise. I'm not folding this one. I got 12 clean outs twice. I hate that I'm getting all these really thick pots like all at once. I hate that. Because like if you don't win one, you just feel like a jackass. This is kind of interesting, but I'm going to fold. All right, once he folds, it's fine. Oh, I got more than 12. I got 15 outs twice. There's one of them. I had 14 outs. Any diamond, any four, any ace. 56% because he's holding the jack of diamonds. So yeah, to answer your question in the end, I played cash games out of necessity, and then when I realized the real beauty of tournament poker and the money that could be made, I became a tournament poker player. This lead is so annoying. I'm going to raise it. Check on the turn. That ace is actually bad for me, believe it or not. Have to call. Nice play, bro. Ace is bad for me because I can't continue bluffing and I could just be beat. This is why you don't call for a chop. See how I had the ace? This is why you don't call for a chop. Because jacks are pretty fucking strong there. You don't need a full house. You just need to beat ace high. Like, it's not likely somebody has queens, or a queen. It's not likely somebody has a 4. So when that's the case, your jacks are pretty fucking powerful. Almost down to my points goal for the month. I was trying to make 900 points this month. I'm 5 points away. It gets me a nice bonus. I think I get a bump of like 120 bucks for getting 900 points this month. I wanted to get this number down to 500, but I don't think that's going to be possible. I'm going to check this back. I'm going to keep checking. I feel like this is bullshit. It's either a flush or it's bullshit, but I'm not going to fight over it. It's fine. It's not one worth fighting over. Yeah, I got 2 pair. Bet a little something. Bet a little something. Check. Just going to call the jacks. I could 3-bet it, but the small blind, I kind of wanted him to reopen the betting. Full pot? Okay. Okay. I'm not folding. I'm even betting the river. I mean, alright. You actually have aces? Good for you. That's actually a very good way to play aces. He tried to kill his action, and then he tried to fucking lose on the river. The check raise jam, it's like it can just always be the ace king with just the ace of clubs, no other club. So I have to call. So I kind of walked myself into that one by betting the river so quickly. It's just fucking bad. His re-raise is kind of stupid though, because I can absolutely have an 8. I just called him pre-flop. He's kind of his check re-raise. That's another reason to call it, because my range contains all the 8s. His range never contains the 8s. Like, he's just going to get a full house shown to him so often there. It's fucking kind of gross. Am I really down this much to these fucking people? Holy shit, today is not a good day. I mean, it's 4 buy-ins. It's not a big deal. Is it 4? Well, it's like 3. It's less than 3. It's just annoying. And it's just cooler shit. Like, it's not stuff that I don't think I'm making a mistake. Even snap calling with those jacks on the end, it's not a mistake. Because, believe it or not, he's actually going to have hands I can beat there that have showdown value. I'm going to check this one. I've just been getting these 3-way pots, too, that are like the worst boards to bet. Like, this is just such a checky board. Like, now it favors my range, but nobody's going to fold a king, so we just fold. Okay. No deuce. Yeah, so to answer your question more fully there, Branny Bear, I am a tournament player. You're just catching me on my current cash game challenge. I don't know if I made that clear. Let's raise it up. Feel free to use those emotes, guys. I got some new toys and tools in the chat. So everybody can use these new fun follower emotes. And they come up across the screen like that. Took me a while to had to figure that shit out. And what else? You got the sounds. You got the blurps. If you're getting channel points in the bottom left corner, which everybody should be, you can play some sounds. There's also some fun ways to use bits instead of channel points to play other sounds. And then the sticker thing. The sticker thing is kind of stupid. Like, I might just take it off because it's kind of whatever, but I think it's funny. Like, that stupid sticker. I kind of like it. And it's a whole bunch of different stickers. You scroll over this part of the screen, right over here, and you'll see the sticker thing come up. I think it's funny. It's kind of just there for me, though. Haven't gotten a lot of really great hands today, you know? It's been a lot of good starters, but then, like, really piss-poor flops. Oh, I gotta make that border. I wanted to put a border around the thing. Oh, and I know, I keep bumping the table with my foot. You'll see the camera fuck up. It's because I keep bumping the table. Alright. Make a 5. What are you doing, bro? You gonna take this long? So this is a limped pot. This player limped out of first. We do have backdoor straight draws. 5 or a 4 is probably good for us. 6 is the worst card in the deck. Oh my god. I could not imagine a worse card. Because now I can just be drawing dead even if I make a 5. Alright, I fold. This player can have a lot of 6s. Yeah. Ooh, not bad. Player bets. I'm gonna call. Kind of a scary board for you. I think making the straight here is kind of fucking ace on the river. It could probably win. King queen, king jack, king jack, pocket 5s. Wow. Glad I didn't hit the straight, man. I would have lost. Well, we would have chopped. 7 on the river though. 7 on the river gets paid all the time. Jack. Fold. Jack. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. We'll just check the king jack. Okay. Man, that king really bucks my hand, but I don't think there was any money to be made anyway. I'm not even going to play this. That's one of those ones where I'm trying to catch him. I should have probably bet the river, but the player's just so nitty. Like, he's not nitty, but he's just overly cautious. Like, there's a lot of reasons to call with nines on the river there, but he's never going to make that call. So if he's not going to call that, and he's not going to bet an ace, then we kind of just have to check fold. Or check and call the river. Fold, fold. We are. Lots of people here. I appreciate that. Holy shit. Thank you so much. I don't know why the numbers keep going down. I've got like so many of my... I recognize all these names. That's awesome. Yeah. Ooh, that jack. Ooh, that jack, baby. This player's betting full pot now. He's going to have a lot of outs on me. No heart, no 10. I don't really need a king. An ace isn't great. All right. I'll protect my hand and take it down. That's fine. Yeah. Nope. Nope. Ace-9 suited in clubs on 2 tables. Illuminati. Well, I got the flush draw. Just going to bet it like I got a jack. Take it down. That's one of them I won with. Can we win with the other one? Okay. Ace is okay. It's not great. So obviously we can be up against a better ace. That should help me. Should slow him down unless he has specifically ace-jack, which is kind of hard to have. I'm going to check call the river. Probably beat if he bets. But can't really fold because it's too exploitable. Call. A lot of potential with the diamond. Oh, I win. What did you have? Queens? King Jack. You're a feisty fellow, aren't you? I'm just going to check this one. Let him have like pocket eights. Ha ha! I bet he did. Did you have pocket eights? 4 deuce. Sir. Sir. See, that's the thing. You have to understand ranges when you're betting and calling. Because, like, it's just very hard to keep bold-faced bluffing. I don't know if he's gotten one over on me today either. I mean, I think he did early in the session. He got one over on me, but it wasn't like I had much. Senor Donk. I think we can bet small here. And we just take it down. See? No risk, no risk, no risk. Well, I'm just going to check. I mean, there's no point in betting. Maybe somebody will bluff. Somebody needs to have, like, 2 pair. I mean, the straight was on board. I was waiting for somebody to pull the bluff. I didn't realize. Maybe I should have done it because the straight was on board. Could have just overbet the tits out of it.
But I thought somebody else would bet, and then I could raise and just get paid by the bullshit. God, the 10 looks so good. God damn it, why a jack? Holy shit, there's nothing I beat now. Like a king or a jack is just the worst. Go ahead, bro. You're gonna bluff that one, you can bluff it. That's fine. Oh. I think that's one where you have to bet, because I think we're just too likely to get bluffed on a multi-street. Just kind of hanging around. This table dead? This table might be dead. Is there any other tables? No. This is kind of what we're stuck with, which kind of sucks. Dun, 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 dun. Fold. I'm still enjoying myself. I'm just kind of. It's like I'm waiting for like the good situation to come up. Like I haven't had a really great situation yet. Yeah. I'm gonna kill this table. Okay. I know it's a three-way pot. Really? Okay. I'm going to keep checking this one. Dust raises out of first. I'll fold here. Check here. I'm going to 3-bet this one not quite as big as I normally would. This player jams, I'm calling. This player jams, I'm calling. He calls. The queen, he auto checks. I think we just bet. Oh my god. Really? That's hilarious. Like, I really thought he might just jam there, and I don't think I'm folding. I've done that to that player, and I've seen him roll over ace-jack there. It's funny, because the hand that I'm thinking of, he rolled over ace-jack on almost the exact same situation, and I had the ace-king, and he ran out a straight on me. I had him by like 94%. Chop? Nope, no chop.
Did you raise pre-flop, you fucking pussy? People who don't know how to play from the blinds, it's like I made it a very distinct point. I actually played something like 70,000 hands of blitz over the course of like a month and a half because I just wanted to focus on the small blind. Because everybody loses from the small blind, but I wanted to really dial in my structures. And on ACR, it plays very much like tournaments. So I played. It was over 60,000 hands because I would play like 5,000 a session. So I guess it didn't take me too long. It took like it took like 3.5 weeks. Yeah, it didn't take quite 2 months. I thought it took longer, but I remembered I never played less than 5,000 hands, and I quit at about somewhere between 60 and 80,000 hands. Not quit, but I just stopped playing it. Queen on the River is pretty nice. I think we get paid by a lot of tens, but he doesn't have anything. Could have taken a little bit more time to make that river bet. Take longer. Oh my god. Oh, look at that deuce river. I was going to bet the river is a bluff, but now I might do it for value. Really? Okay. Hold, please. I think I just call here. Yeah, he has a lot of flushes, right? Yeah. Nice. I'm going to check this one. Yeah, he's not giving up a jack. 2 outs. That's actually 1 out. 1 out to lose that river. Because if the blue deuce comes off, I don't fucking, I don't call. So 1 out for him to get paid on the river. I definitely can't raise. It's a good just call, though. A lot of people would raise that. Yeah, if the blue deuce comes off, I don't lose a nickel. Lots of queens. That was easy. 3-7. Nice. Sometimes players just tilt off right in your face and just keep giving you money. You gonna reload? Yeah, you are for $4. Sure. I mean, if it folds to me, I'm gonna raise again because this player's just fucking got his nose just all the way open. So if I hit an ace, he's just gonna go apeshit if I check to him. But it's contingent on hitting a hand because he's going to be all in on this flop. That's pretty good. Jam all in. No? He might actually have a something. Let me check. I mean, I'm just going to check. I mean, my whole thing here is to catch this guy. Yeah. The other guy kind of fucked it up. What'd you have? King Jack? 10-3. Yeah, he had a 10. He's got his nose open. I'll leave him alone for a hand. Oh, King High, good. That's fun. See, just keep watching the balance. Even when nothing happens, the balance goes up, you're playing well. Like, no big hands happen, no whatever, but it's like, if I take a beat and get pinned down, and then, you know, we steal, you know, we play good pots, we do whatever, we protect our hands, the balance just goes up and up and up and up and up. And then when we get all the money in on a big pot, if we win it, great. If we get unlucky, we just do it over again. That's pretty much been the story of the night. I've just gotten unlucky. Well, definitely 3 times for sure. Aces all in pre-flop twice, lost to tens twice. And then the set that ran out a straight versus me. Got shot straight. I'm just hoping a 9 or an ace comes off, really. Sometimes players have ace jack. I think it's very rare somebody has another full house here. This could be as bad as ace or as 10 jack. What'd you have? Ace jack. Yeah, he made the straight. Yeah. Guess this table's dying too. Done with this table. Still having some fun here. Yeah, I know you got an ace. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to ditch this table too. I'd rather have these tables more solid. Might have to take a break here. Just because there's not a lot of action going on. By the way, I wanted to ask you, are you still living in Vegas? And is poker your primary source of income? Do you/did you enjoy life in Vegas playing live? I did. I was much younger then. It was a much different time. I've changed very much as a person. I do still live in Vegas. I do have a ton of crazy stories. More stories as an Uber driver in Vegas than anything else. Like whole lot of stories. But I dealt to everybody you've ever seen on TV who was a superstar in 2006. I mean, Doyle Brunson, Phil Ivey, all the Phils, Phil Hellmuth, fucking Phil Locke, fucking Michael Mizrachi, Eric Lindgren, Sammy Farha, Antonio Esfandiari, Jennifer Tilly was there. So many of them. you know, even people that you guys wouldn't recognize, like Sam Gristle and Billy Baxter, you know, really great legendary players that just don't like the spotlight, you know. Chip Reese, oh my God, the nicest man I ever met. So many of them. So many of them. And, yeah, a lot of crazy stories. Live play, most of my crazy stories revolve around the fact that when I was playing 1-2, I would get bored at the table, and I would just start lying when people would ask me what I did for a living. If I wasn't at the Venetian, because if you're at the Venetian, you know, and I was there, technically I was on the clock playing, I had to be honest and say I'm a poker dealer, and they'd say where, and I would say right here. And people didn't like playing against dealers, but educated players knew that most dealers didn't play well. Most dealers were just gamblers. I think we just bet half pot here and try to get the money in. He calls. He calls. Hopefully I wasn't good the whole way. Because if I was good the whole way, this isn't getting called. If I wasn't good the whole way, this is getting called. Yeah. Yeah. I honestly, I think I was good the whole way. I don't think I needed the king. I think the king just fucked me. I think maybe he has, sometimes he has like pocket tens. So, it's whatever. But yeah, a lot of crazy, great stories. I do still live in Vegas. I don't play live because of COVID. Poker has been my primary source of income more than any other job in my life. It's kind of a long, twisted tale as to what knocked me out of poker. I had a house fire, you know, that took everything. We had deaths in the family, that took everything, and I didn't protect my bankroll like I should. There was a point where we had a death in the family, and a lot of expenses kept coming up, and my wife was just so grief stricken that I couldn't say no, and you know, we traveled more than we should have to go out there while you know, a family member was sick, and kind of just couldn't outrun the new expenses, which is really bad. And you know, but live and learn. Nowadays, you know, I'm not saying if, I'm saying when I get that proper bankroll back, I don't care if it means losing a limb. I'm not spending more than I should, because I'm getting old. You know, I'm fucking 44. I'm to be 45 this year, and you're seeing me rebuild this bankroll again for like the sixth time in my life online. So I know it's very doable, but I don't know how many more of these I have in me, as far as, you know, because it really is mentally and emotionally taxing to play at a certain level and then life kick you in the teeth, and then you have to step down. And I don't mind stepping down if I'm running bad or whatever like that, but I'm gonna try to overbet this. But yeah, plus I play much differently now. I'm a much more balanced player. My anger issues are subsiding. You know, I was in the closet till I was 42. Then I came out as Pan. Exclamation point closet, if you want to hear that story. You might have noticed the nails. That's how I flag. I am a flagget. But yeah, I really enjoyed life, you know, because I was young. You know, I was, when I came out in 2006, I was what? Or 2005, I was 27. And, you know, the whole world, man, right in front of me. And so, you know, all I had to do was, you know, get laid and go to my job dealing poker, study poker, and, you know, play poker. It was pretty much just the life, man. Really appreciate you guys all being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know we don't have many games going right now, but, you know, the sites go through lulls. You guys want to play some Zoom poker? That would be fun. We could get on ACR and play some Zoom. We could play some Zoom. That would be fun. I think I want to do that too. So I'm going to bring up America's Card Room and we'll play some Zoom. Look at that flop. Ooh, we got the nuts. Sometimes this gets the right action. Sometimes it just gets a fold. The heart on the turn is kind of gross. I would expect him to rejam a lot of hearts on the flop. I think I'm just going to check back quickly. Hopefully that's the only heart that we see. And try to get a good river value bet. That'll do. I don't think... We definitely don't get paid if we keep betting on the turn. So, I definitely like that. And I like showing down the nuts there. I think that's important. Hey, look at that. I made my goal. Look at that. So let's bring up the Blitz Poker from ACR. There are currently at 6-handed, 10 and L. There are currently 122 players. So let's have some fun. I'm not going to bother with the HUD. It really doesn't... well, I might start it if I kill WSOP. Oh, wait a minute. I thought this table was going to die, but I guess not. Check. This might be rough, but I'm going to check it on the river. If it's not a heart, I'm going to call whatever this guy does. Oh, he checks. I'm going to bet half pot. Not getting called. Here's this on a draw. Well, I'm just going to check this now because I don't think betting serves any purpose. We can bet the river. We get raised, we just fold. Play a raise pre-flop, and I just called it, keeping my range wide, which I like. Why are you taking so long, bro? Yeah, we all know you're gonna fold. Just fold. You can see how I'm doing over here in the zoom over here. It'll see one. You'll see won and lost, pots won, hands dealt, saw flops, in the top right corner. People don't call enough on this six-handed game. They kind of default to three betting. So when you're calling, you kind of run the world. See you next time. Good night. Nice, man. We'll see you. Thank you for the best of luck. I appreciate it. You have a great night. We will see you. I mean, really all we're worried about here is an ace. I mean, I think the king is just so perfect. I'm going to bet for value. Just about half pot. I don't know how often this gets called. Sometimes if he has overpair. The jack on the river is kind of disgusting, especially if he bets. Because, believe it or not, there's a lot of jacks here that act this exact way. He takes a long time and checks. I'm going to check back. I don't think I get called by worse. Ace, queen. Nice check. It's a good check. The fact that he took that long and then checked the turn really shows you how scared he was. But here's the other thing. He's not folding. So you have to understand that even though this player was terrified, he's not folding top pair. So we could have gone absolutely apeshit on the turn and river, which I would have if I had flopped a set, and we would have gotten called. So nice check on the river. I like it. The jack kind of saved me. There just wasn't a lot of draws out there. And when the jack hits, it's like, okay, you can always have pocket jacks. So he could also have kings a lot. I mean, that's kind of, kind of the play there with kings. You make one good size c-bet and then get called. You can kind of check and dictate how much more you want to put in the pot. So, although I think he missed a bet there. I think he definitely wants to bet turn. Because when I call flop, it's like, what do I have? Like, are you just immediately freaked out that I might have a set? Like, why is that the thought in your head? Like, why? So that was an automatic 3-bet. I'm going to 4-bet. Well, I guess that's why it was automatic. You must have something good. This is my most profitable move, by the way, 4-betting on the button when the small blind 3-bets, because the small blind 3-bets crazy. But we lost this one. Don't be afraid to 4-bet fold or 3-bet fold. And I got to take those 4-bets because that's where the HUD would help. Like, if I had stats on that guy, that's where the HUD would help. Fold here. Pop this one. 8 on the riv. I think we just bet. It kind of looks like bullshit. We get called by all kings. Pocket 10s. Ooh, optimistic, sir. I mean, like, here's the thing. What were you afraid of when I called you on the flop? Like, he showed me the 10s, and the thing is, bad players will sit there and think that they got sucked out on, and it's like wrong. Like, they think that it's like they're a victim. Like, he thinks I did something wrong. I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to fold there. Like, it's just a cooler. It's just what happened. He doesn't have to pay me off. I mean, there's 3 flush cards and top pair paired on the river. So, like, top pair trips out on the river. Look at this. This is a good session for a tilter. Oh, that's perfect. Worst hand wins. 5th time I've seen it tonight. The guy even hit the ace of diamonds, so this fucker's still around. I like Zoom. It's fun. Or Blitz, whatever they call it here. It's very beatable. Up to 50 NL, I think it's very beatable. I don't know much about it past that. Like, those games just don't go off crazy enough. But the 10 NL is for sure beatable. Like, I've had some days where I've just, like, blasted out in tournaments and just been like, fuck this, I'm just running bad. And gone over to the Blitz and made back all the buy-ins in, like, an hour and a half. This is like... Because you can get in so many fucking hands. It's crazy. Like, I think you get in... How many hands do you get in? Let me look.
getting in 180 hands per hour right now on this table. I mean, that's kind of crazy. Nine on the turn's pretty nice. I'm going to check. Probably going to raise. Haven't decided yet. There's a lot of gut shots that just got there. I think it's fine. Player calls. I think we do have to bet the turn, even though it kind of sucks. That club sucks. That queen sucks. You win. Ace-Jack just got there. Nice play. Could definitely be up against 10-Jack over here. Woof. Don't talk yourself out of it. Keep betting. ABB, always be betting. Fold. Okay. Move this over a little. Foldy, foldy. Look at this. I want to see what he jammed with. Well, I guess we don't get to see it. That king kind of sucks. Pocket tens. Nice check down. You're just always terrified of a flush? Just always. Standard move, terrified of a flush. Full pot. Oh, that jack is bad. We both called his full pot bet, so somebody's got to have at least two pair. That king sucks. I have the bluff spot, but this player worries me. Like, I definitely have the bluff power spot. Yeah. I want to see if this guy calls. Yeah. Yeah. King 5. Wow. That's hilarious. It's a nice play with the two pair. I don't know what the fuck the fucking the ace king was hanging around for. I really don't. Like, and then he calls off a 5x pot jam. Like, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, people think they understand when you should overbet pots. I'm just scratching the surface of it. And that's in tournament poker. Cash game poker, it's a whole different thing. You got it. I'm going to underplay the ace-queen. This is exactly why. I think the size of his bet may tell me. That's okay. And I swear to you, I was calling the river. Would have been nice to get somebody to open so I could 3-bet the button. People do not respect that here. Yeah. Definitely hungry. I haven't played Zoom in a while, but I don't know what the standardized open is on this 6-handed, but I think 2.5 is fine. Okay. Small 3-bet. I mean, I'm checking range, so kind of just give him the reins here. Yeah, it's a stupid bet. You have me crushed. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. More likely to be checking the draw than betting it. You got it, man. Okay. Look at that deuce. It's nice, too, because hitting that... Min bet, I min raise. I'm not folding. Player can definitely have ace-jack down here. I mean... Go ahead. If you got a full house, congratulations. Yeah, you ain't got it. I'm going to go ahead and kill it. Let's see where we ended up. 9 in the riv. I'm going to check. I'm trying to get bluffed here. Kind of depends what he bets. Queen 10. Interesting. Fascinating. Ooh, just in time for aces. Let's raise. Get 3-bet on the button. Get called. I am going to 4-bet. Well, not the worst flop. I'm never folding. I'm just going to bet half pot to look weak and get it in. All right, that's fine. That was a nice little 26 big blind pot. So I lost $2.60 on Zoom. I'm going to kill this one. And it looks like, let's see here, my rewards, because I crushed the rewards today. So it looks like we picked up, even with all those bad beats, man, that cost me about 70 bucks in bad beats, I still ended up profiting $3. So doesn't get much better than that. $12 in whatchamacallit, $12 in
points. So, and I count that because I earned that shit, man. You know, you can't tell me I didn't. So I'm gonna raid you guys out. Stick around for the host. It's one of the most entertaining shows on Twitch. I really love it. Really funny. Great person. Enjoy. And I will see you guys tomorrow between 11 and noon. I'll start sometime around there for the Wake Up With Me stream. Follow the YouTube, !links in chat, LINKS, to see all my stuff on my link tree, my Twitter, my everything. And thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for all the follows. And we'll see you soon. Have a great night.